Hey folks, welcome back to Justice for All. Okay, so it's been a little while since I've recorded, so forgive me if I'm a little rusty today when remembering certain things, but I do remember that we revealed a lot in the last episode, and we're just getting to Andrew's testimony. It's gonna get really good today. I am so nervous though, because I don't even know if we have everything we need, but again, now or never, right? Okay, anyway.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button, and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him.
This doesn't count for everything.
Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault in his testimony, I am ready to make a ruling.
Oh, not so fast. Oh no.
Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. I don't know about this. I don't understand why? Why would he... I mean, yeah, I guess that's what they're trying to say, but I can't imagine anything that he would reveal that's this bad, you know? So would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Madame Guard.
And you knew this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me the proof you didn't know about the press conference?
Oh, wait. Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Damn, she almost got us.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please.
Grasping at straws now, aren't we, Mr. Wright?
Ah, damn. If we weren't in such a bad state, I'd find that very attractive. That she's so astute. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I don't like that at all. Wait a minute. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence, yeah. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Oh yeah, we did say that it was probably her that brought the knife, didn't we?
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and this murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the gem ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the police in Matsukama, is that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Ugh.
Looks like you're outfoxed again, Mr.
Okay, alright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Damn it. Well, thank God Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes?
Are we fucking up? Oh no. Okay.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Fuck. Wait, am I just making her add too many things now? That button was torn off once. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Well, okay, ripped off his costume, sure. I mean, yeah, we did say that he was stabbed later. Wait. Wait, he was stabbed after he died, so there couldn't have been blood on the button, right? Is that what we're trying to say? Wait. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? He was already dead. Yeah. After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight.
Oh!
That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. So it was planted.
Order, what is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Well, let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this off the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the...
Whoa. No, to pin the crime. Has to be. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button on their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderers. Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer, then?
Oh, no. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer. Oh, no. The person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard. I think I know what we're saying, but I don't like that we're saying it. I mean, are we really sure? Because again, this all feels like very soon, but also like, if not now, then when, so... Yeah. I mean, after everything we've learned about, like, the knife and the costume... Yeah. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Kurita's killer.
What?
Order! Order! Order, Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
What? How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then, what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he'd already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him, and knew which knife to take, was you.
Oh! Then, what What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people that could have done that were the person who found his body or the killer. However, Mr. On Guard was the real killer. There's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence on his own Hakama.
Oh!
The only person who could have put this button onto Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. Huh. Didn't Gumshoe say something about having too much evidence?
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
Like, this just seems like a lot, you know? There's also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic day's discoverer of the dead body. Oh. And to top it all off, there's this photo. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Ugh. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this Nickel Samurai is Mr. On Guard. He'd be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Oh. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? Damn, he's aggressive in this one. Like, we really are being aggressive, right? It's not like us. I've got her this time. She's not even having a breakdown or anything.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something that, if it can incriminate me.
Damn, no one's ever pulled that on us before. I don't know what to do.
Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does not provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination, by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
Oh. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. I mean, she is smart. Brody knew. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Unguard's room. Adrian Andrews! Been a long time since I did this voice.
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
All right.
Oh, okay. So she was told by someone else. Naturally. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done? Oh, he knows. He knows something's wrong. Oh, okay. What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. Oh, what? Everything you've proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Oh, I mean, Well, we have something about that. I don't know if it's a good enough connection, but we have to try, right?
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Karita?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
Whoa.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it'd be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No. She's taking the defiant attitude again. I mean, yeah, because she's the only one smart enough so far to get away with that. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation.
Oh, what happened to me doing a good job? Okay. Oh, damn it.
I think we've reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
Wait, oh no. This can't be the end. No. But that's not true.
In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do. And that is to declare a recess.
A recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And that tomorrow's trial...
Tomorrow? Oh, no. No, it has to be today, then. We don't have it tomorrow. If we don't get an out guilty verdict today, then... Oh, Phoenix. Please, wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for?
Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Oh, then he'll step in. He's gotta know something is wrong by now. I mean, come on. We are always getting by the skin of our teeth, right? Like, we are always bluffing and stalling. If we're not stalling now, then Edgeworth has to know that something is wrong.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
No, he's gonna save us, yeah.
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
There you go, Edgeworth.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there's one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
Good one.
So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that you have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request the witness testify again. As to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body.
Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Of course, who else but Edgeworth? To find a way around that. Fuck, I should have seen that coming and I didn't.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
He's definitely being a friend to us now, right?
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
Okay, so I know this is going to be a bit of a short video, but I have a feeling that, again, whatever's about to happen, maybe I want to save it for the next episode, and I can take a moment to rest my voice, and we will get into the rest of her testimony in the next one. At this point, I'm just so relieved that we have bought ourselves some extra time, and we'll see how this trial goes, because I don't know if we're going to have another one, right? So I'm excited to see how this wraps up. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.